Hey everyone, welcome back to another psychology sit down raw video. You guys have been smashing these out of the park and I absolutely love making them. So make sure you sit down, relax. You're going to get a ton of value from this and hopefully you can apply this to your trading to help you become a better trader, a 1% better every single day individual who is constantly growing on and off the charts. Now, this is just based on my own experience. This is just my own thoughts and I'm articulating them to try and help you become better. So the topic of this video, I'm going to be talking about something that I realized recently that I've been doing that has honestly taken my trading to the next level. And that seems to be the common theme with these kind of rants. I'm just talking about what has allowed me to reach a level in my trading that I'm very happy with as I continue to progress. I'm not near where I want to be yet, but I'm continuously getting better. And I think that's the beauty thing about trading is we're constantly getting better. There's people better than me and I want to continue to get better and better, but not just to beat them, but to beat the current version of me. I'm always trying to get better than the future Mac or the Mac at the stage above me. And I think you all should strive for that too. So one thing that I realized recently after reflecting and looking at my trading performance over the past couple months is I have gotten a lot better at detaching from any given outcome, and I've talked about this in a video a long time ago, but it's super, super important that we look at trading as probability. I know based on my data that if I stick to my trading edge, I will be fine. So each trade I take is a random outcome in that game of probabilities, right? The outcomes could be win, lose, win, 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 lose, lose, win, lose. You know what I mean? It's all random outcomes, but I know after a series of trades, I'm winning, right? And that's what I mean by probabilities. So I have just completely detached from any given outcome, win or loss. And it's not just because of the probabilities mindset. It's also because I look at trading now in a different way. It's not the money. And this is something that, hold on, let me finish this so it makes more sense. I don't look at trading like, oh, I can't wait to make X, or I can't wait, or if I lose, I lose X. I look at each setup now, and what excites me is if my analysis is correct or not, because that's all that matters. And what I mean by that is if I take an A+ setup or you take your A+ setup and you stuck to your plan, you did every single thing that you could do, you've done your job. Then of course there's managing the trade and there's all that kind of stuff too. But in terms of entering the trade, that's your job. And then the rest is up to the market. So I've completely detached myself from any given outcome because of the probabilities, but also because I just like to see if I'm right or not. And I don't get mad if I'm wrong, and I don't get too excited. Of course, I'm a little excited when I win. I'm not a robot, but I've really gotten good at just not caring. I care up until I'm in the trade, and then it's off. Then my hands are off the wheel. And I think this is going to help a lot of you out, because if you're constantly attaching yourself to a given outcome, you're going to care. And when you care, emotions get involved. And as emotions rise, intelligence goes down. How many times have you been trading? And we'll go back to the point of this video in a second, so put a pin about the detachment. But how many times have you been in a trade that you really, really wanted to win? Really wanted to win. You're sitting there, you're manifesting, you're like, this trade will hit take profit. This trade will hit take profit. Just for you to open your eyes and you just hit stop loss harder than anything. How many times have you done that? If you've done that, leave a like on this video. I used to literally try and manifest my trades to win to the point that I'd be sitting there journaling, this trade will win, this trade will win. Literally thinking, closing my eyes, this trade will win. I swear to God, I used to do it. And I think it's funny because obviously sitting there trying to put out into the universe that your trade is going to hit take profit has nothing to do with your trade hitting take profit or not. But it's funny how when you are constantly doing that, you are putting so much energy into this singular trade, and it's going to impact your decision making. There's times where I guarantee you this is true for you because it is so true for me. And if it's not true for you, then I guess I'm weird. But if I had a lot of importance on a trade and let's say it went against me right away, I'd be looking for reasons to get out of that trade right away. I'd be like, oh, this is going to be a loser. As soon as this goes to break even, I need to get out of this trade. And then I would end up getting out of the trade, and what would it do? It would go right to my take profit. Or I'd be up a little bit and I'd be like, oh, I'm removing risk from this trade. Then it would come down, take me out at break even, and then go. Let me take a minute to talk about one of the best new prop firms in the industry, Think Capital. Think Markets, a fully regulated broker, has entered the prop space. This is huge for us traders. With over 15 years of broker experience and regulation, this gives us another prop firm we can trust. We can trade right from TradingView, or you can use the classic MT5. With up to $300K in max allocation, and they also offer to US clients. I know this is amazing news to my American trader friends. You can even withdraw your profits right to your Think Markets broker account. If you use the code ARMTrading, you will get 15% off any challenge. Please make sure you sign up and create an account, then at checkout the code will work. The code is also case sensitive, so make sure you type it in exactly how it is shown. Let's get back to the video. Let me take a minute to talk about one of the best new prop firms in the industry, Think Capital. Think Markets, a fully regulated broker, has entered the prop space. This is huge for us traders. With over 15 years of broker experience and regulation, this gives us another prop firm we can trust. We can trade right from TradingView, or you can use the classic MT5. With up to $300K in max allocation, and they also offer to US clients. I know this is amazing news to my American trader friends. You can even withdraw your profits right to your Think Markets broker account. If you use the code ARMTrading, you will get 15% off any challenge. Please make sure you sign up and create an account, then at checkout the code will work. The code is also case sensitive, so make sure you type it in exactly how it is shown. Let's get back to the video. So essentially me detaching from any given outcome has allowed me to not manage my trades as much because I'm just kind of letting the market do what it wants to do. And I'm also just accepting of, sorry about that, I'm getting a call. We'll leave this in though. I'm accepting of either possibility. I know when I enter a trade that there's a possibility that I could lose. And I know when I enter a trade, there's a possibility that I can win. So what I want you to do right now is reflect on these moments where you have felt emotional and maybe you're doing a funded challenge. So prop firm challenges for me used to be extremely stressful to the point that it would affect my trading. When I first started going for my series of challenges, I would literally lose my mind when I was in a trade. My heart would be pounding. It was like the most intense situation. I'd have to get up. I'd have to walk away. And this lasted for so long. It wasn't even funny. And if I lost a trade, it would ruin my whole day. I was very emotional, and looking back at it and kind of auditing and reflecting on why, Mac, why were you that way? It's because I was putting too much emphasis and importance on that singular trade. Now that I'm happy with where I'm at in trading, and that doesn't mean I'm not satisfied. I told you guys I'm constantly trying to get better, but I'm very happy with my trading right now. I'm trading the best I ever have right now, swing trading and day trading. And I've talked about why. I'm focused. I'm putting everything into this, and it's just transforming everything. But it's also because I have that confidence in myself now, because I know that I'm going to win more than I lose, and I have a positive risk to reward. I don't care what this trade does. Literally, a buddy of mine, one of my best friends, is learning trading. He's doing very, very well now. He was asking me how I don't get too hyped or whatever, and how I'm just kind of so neutral all the time. And I always say to him, stay neutral, stay neutral. And if you don't know what that means, being neutral means you're not high on the highs and you're not low on the lows. So you're just kind of you're just experiencing the moment. You know what I mean? You're just like this. I'm in the trade. I did my job. Boom. That's being neutral. And I would always say to him yeah, job done. It's out of my hands now. Just going to let the market do its thing. And when it wins, I'm chilling. And when it loses, I'm chilling. Whereas because he's newer, he's been trading 7 months now. When he wins, he's fired up. He thinks he's on top of the world. And when he loses, it bothers him a lot. And it's funny because that was me. And he's having a lot of success. Clarky, shout out Clarky. He's having a ton of success. And it's amazing because it's cool being on the outside of it and looking in and seeing someone act exactly how you used to act. And I see that a lot in the comment section on these videos when I get asked questions about this or that. It's like looking at past me, because I have made all the mistakes you guys are making right now, you guys and girls. And I constantly audit those mistakes, and I constantly review those mistakes. And that's why I think it's very important to journal your trades, not just the trades, but how you're feeling. What went on that day that, maybe you took some trades that you shouldn't have taken, or maybe you responded to an outcome, or maybe you, I don't know, went on tilt. It's nice to be able to like pinpoint what was going on. I find that to help immensely, because if you're just kind of going with the motions, it's very easy to make the same mistake multiple times, right? And it all comes down to just being aware. It all comes down to being aware and how you feel, and it's ultimately going to impact how you perform. You know, it's back to what I was talking about. It's so cool seeing people make the mistakes that I used to make. And people think that when you start to find success in whatever it is, it can be trading, it can be business, it can be entrepreneurship, it can be literally sports. People think that when you get to a certain level, you just stop making mistakes. And that's the furthest thing from the truth. You're still going to make mistakes, but they're going to be different types of mistakes. You know, you're still going to get upset sometimes when you lose a trade, or maybe the trade leaves without you, but you don't act on that emotion anymore. Whereas before, because you're so attached to this trade winning, you are so emotional. And it's amazing. It's truly amazing what can happen, because you're constantly going to make mistakes, right? At every level, there are going to be different mistakes, like I said. Sometimes my mistakes will be focusing on a pair over this pair, then the pair that I was focusing on ends up setting up, and the one that I wasn't focusing on, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I get tripped up like that. That's kind of a mistake that I make. I don't make mistakes anymore where I'm not, I take a trade not to my plan. Like that doesn't happen anymore. It's ingrained in me. And back to what I was saying about people making mistakes at each level, something that I've told my students over the past couple of years is when you first start trading, you are going to make a ton of mistakes. And this goes for literally anything. If you're learning how to skate, if you're learning how to play hockey, if you're learning how to start a business, whatever it is, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. That's a given. So you have to be prepared to make mistakes. Think about how it was the first time you were learning how to tie your shoes. I can't remember that because I'm friggin' old now. I'm 29. But the first time you do anything, the first time you're trying to ride a bike, what do? You fall right away, right? You fall. The first time you learn any skill set, you are going to make a ton of mistakes and you're going to be crap at it. But then eventually you get better and better, right? And with trading, I find you make a lot of mistakes, but then you make less and less and less. So if you come into this game attached to this outcome, attached that you want to be this funded trader by this date or this and this and that, it's a perfect scenario in your head. It's a perfect scenario in your head to, I want to have this by this date, and I want to have this many payouts by this date. But we're thinking in the perfect scenario. We don't give ourselves the slack that's needed for if you hit a losing streak. If the market ranges, maybe you're trading a trend and the market starts ranging. Maybe you are a trend trader and the market is just going in one direction. Maybe you're a reversal trader and the market's just trending up, keeps going up, or keeps going down. There's factors that impact the timeline it's going to take you to achieve X and Y. So the biggest thing is just detach. Detach from the timeline, detach from the process, and detach from any given outcome. And just focus on what you can focus on. I've talked about this in previous videos, focusing on the process, focusing on trading as a whole, and just kind of getting rid of all the distractions and just focusing on you. But I truly believe that when you detach, not just trading, guys, but when you detach yourself from any given situation or any given outcome, there's freedom in that. There's peace in that. You just have faith. You have faith that you're going to get to where you want to be, and you're doing what you need to do every day to get there. Now, you may be watching this and you don't have faith. You don't have faith in your ability yet. Maybe you're new to trading and you see these people here doing X and Y, and you want that. You want it shorter than it took them. You want it quicker, than it took them. And that's not how it works. That's literally not how it works. And I've been there. Like, I remember following people on Instagram years ago, like 5 years ago with trading, and thinking like, oh man, like I'm going to buy a Lamborghini next year. Like, that was an actual thought in my head. Like, I remember going for walks like, oh yeah, like I'm buying a Lambo next year. Yep. Like it's hilarious what happens. It's so funny, but it's also easy to get caught up in that. And that's why you have to you have to pay attention to who you follow in this space, you know? Like the guys that are flaunting all this and that. You have to question, why are they flaunting all this and that? You know, because I fell victim to that. Like something that really affected me in my trading was when I was learning a couple of years ago, I was already a full-time trader at this point, but then there was these traders that were preaching like 1 to 400s and stuff. And it affected me like crazy because I was seeing this and it was making me feel less than when I was getting like a 1 to 3. And it made me think like a 1 to 3 or a 1 to 4 wasn't good at trade. Like a 1 to 4 risk to reward wasn't good because these guys are getting 1 to 400s. And it really impacted my trading. Like I went through like a massive like downward spiral because I was like just so confused. I was like, wait, if this is good, that means what I'm doing isn't good, right? And it's just hilarious. It's hilarious looking back and reflecting on everything. And I'm grateful that I'm able to make these videos and that you guys actually enjoy them. And I hope that you're able to take nuggets from these videos and apply them to your trading. So remember the common theme here. Detach yourself. Trust your analysis. That's the biggest thing. And that's the thing that excites me the most is when I place a trade, it's not a matter of win or lose. It's a matter of, is my analysis correct or not? And that is the biggest takeaway from this video that I think is going to help you so much. Start looking at it as less about how much am I going to make here or lose, or what this trade is going to do for me, or putting stress on this trade. And think about it like, is my analysis correct or not? Because that is the growth, you know? And at the end of the day, that is stripping down all of the emotions that can get you fired up or mad or sad. Is my analysis correct or not? Because if it's correct, that's amazing. And if it's not correct, you get to learn from it, journal it, and take what you learned from it and try and get it better on the next one. It's a win-win scenario when you are looking at each trade and you are journaling them because you are growing. You are growing and you're building that sample size. So yeah, I think I'm going to cut the video off here. I hope you all enjoyed this one. I hope it brought a lot of value. I hope you enjoyed me filming it at night. I apologize if I'm too bright. I hope I'm not filming this one at night. So I appreciate you all so much. You are all so amazing. The comments are amazing. You guys are giving these videos so much feedback, and I love them so much. I love all of you guys. Drop a comment. I'll see it. Show some love. Share some insights. I love it so much. I answer every single comment because you guys and girls take time out of your day to watch my videos. So, of course, I'm going to take time to answer your comments. Okay, so I answer every single comment. And what do I say at the end of every single video? Let's be 1% better every single day.